comfortable living room, furnished with chintz-covered armchairs, an inviting sofa, and a rosewood table, on which stood a silver vase filled with red carnations. The clove scent of them filled her nostrils, momentarily blotting out the stink of the outside privy, which was used by all the occupants of Cat's Hole. There were pictures on the walls in her dream home. Sometimes she allowed herself the luxury of examining them individually, and they changed from day to day. On rare occasions, when she was dipping pockets in Trafalgar Square, she allowed herself time to visit the National Gallery and wander through its many halls, gazing at the great masters' works. She crossed the floor, her imaginary new boots barely sinking into the thick pile of the Chinese carpet and her silk petticoats swishing beneath her merino gown. She drew back the wine-red velvet curtains, but the material seemed to dissolve at the touch of her fingers, and the dream faded into reality. She was left holding a scrap of moth-eaten cotton. She looked down at her shabby boots, which were a size too small. The uppers had come away from the soles, exposing her bare toes, and the heels were worn down to almost nothing. She lifted her skirt to reveal a red flannel petticoat that hung limp and mud-stained, ending well above her ankles, and she sighed. "What's up, Lucy?" Eva Pocket breezed into the room, carrying a wicker basket, which she placed on the table. She eyed her granddaughter with her head on one side. "You was playing the game, wasn't you?" Lucy nodded, and her bottom lip trembled. "Sorry, Granny. I know it's silly, but I can't help it." "Come here, my duck." Eva held her arms outstretched, and Lucy walked into her warm embrace. Cuddled up against Granny's generous bosom, she felt like a child again. Although at the age of 10, very nearly 11, she considered herself to be a young woman. She had worked the streets since she was 6 and could sell matches or bootlaces with the best of them. She had toiled in a laundry and she had scrubbed floors, washed dishes and done all manner of jobs. She had even set herself up as a shoeshine, working outside Bishopsgate Station, but she had been seen off by a group of boys who were plying the same trade. She was a grown-up now and able to take care of herself, but Granny's hugs were always welcome. Eva released her, giving her a searching look. Nothing missed Granny's sharp eyes. "Come on, love, out with it." Lucy took off her shawl and laid it over the back of a chair. "He was there again, Granny. That strange man was watching me, I'm sure of it." Eva discarded her faded blue bonnet and tossed her head so that her mass of curls floated about her pointed face like a cloud of spun gold. At 42, she was still a handsome woman, not exactly beautiful, but her large, almond-shaped eyes brimmed with intelligence, and their unusual shade of blue-green seemed to change with her mood. People said that Lucy looked just like her grandmother, but she could not see it herself. Eva turned away, unbuttoning her mantle. "I'm sure it's just a coincidence, Poppet. Maybe he's looking for someone. But it's not likely to be you or me. What would a gent want with a pair of gutter snipes like us?" Her merry laugh made the room seem bright and sunny, and she spun round to tweak Lucy's curls, so like her own. "Maybe he's looking for Ma," Lucy murmured. "Well, he won't find that one here, now will he? Christelle is goodness knows where, singing her heart out and hoping to become the next star of the Paris Opera." "Is she very beautiful, Granny? I can't remember what she looks like." "You were only 2 when she took off with her fancy man, darling. She is a beauty, there's no two ways about it, and she has a lovely voice, but she has no sense when it comes to blokes. She never did, or you wouldn't have come into the world when she was only 14. "I won't let that happen to me," Lucy said firmly. "I'm going to make something of myself." "Of course you will, love." Eva smiled and sat down at the table. "I walked miles today and me dogs are barking. Anyway, that's my problem. How did you do?" Lucy unwrapped her bundle. "A few silk hankies and a wallet, but there's